Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So welcome to Selenium with Java June 2023 batch. So this is the first session, right? We are starting. So myself Haradhan, working for major IT giant since last 16 years. I have good experience in automation testing, API testing along with DevOps. Okay, so we'll start from today's session. So in today's topic, I will try to cover like what is the objective of the training, what are the things you'll be learning from the training, what are the trainings topic to be covered and additional benefit from the training, what is software testing, right, and what are the principle of software testing, why we need to adopt automation testing, what is automation testing, what is automation testing coverage, key consideration, and automation testing life cycle. Then I will give the introduction to Selenium WebDriver and what are the precondition or setup required for starting your journey using Selenium WebDriver and Java. How you can create your first script using Selenium WebDriver, maybe for the Chrome browser or maybe the Gecko browser or the Firefox browser. What are different element locators and how you can do the basic operation on web page, browser, WebEdit Box and link. So that will be covered in today's session, guys. So am I audible? Are you able to see my screen thoroughly, guys? Okay, sure. You can interrupt, right, in case I am going too fast because I'll be going in my own way, but as of now I already giving the training, right? So I already know where I am going first. Still I will try to rectify, but still in case you are feeling that like you are not able to understand something, I am going fast, you can interrupt me there at immediately. Okay, otherwise we can take a pause for after a couple of minutes covering couple of topics and then we will get the questions. So what is the objective of the training nowadays? Like there are definitely still manual testing, functional testing, product testing is going on, but still you need to upgrade yourself. So you need to be move your journey into the automation. There are so many automation tool, programming language, framework is used. You can go with the API testing, you can go with the performance security testing, and you can also go with the DevOps area. So that is the reason, because industry is going in that way, so you have to adapt with the latest technology tools with the industry. That is the reason training is required, and that is the reason, right, you are taking the training from me. And as a trainer, my objective is to, right, certify that, right, or to acknowledge that like everybody is learning from the scratch. Any problem, any doubt, I am responsible to answer or solve your queries. Okay, so it will be interactive way. Okay, please join the session on time, go through the documentation, go through the videos, go through the code, and try to practice it for next 2 month time. Okay, so this is the syllabus I already shared with you. So we are starting from today, so it will be June and July session. So in June and July, right, there are 9 weekends, so it's close to 18 days, but as 3 days already without any session is gone, so like 15 days is remaining, or and total 12 classes will be there. So that is the reason I used to give always 3 week buffer time, 6 day buffer time, so that I can try to complete it on the time. So sessions will be same time, 7 to 9 p.m. IST weekend, and hopefully I think it will be 9:30 to 11:30 morning in the US time. So it will be Google Meet only. So here, like, I will try to cover Selenium, WebDriver, basic, advanced Java, TestNG framework, Maven, and like different framework like data driven, keyword, hybrid framework, and BDD as well. So for each and every sessions, I'll be sharing the PDF which will be showcased here, sample code, and the video, recorded video. And once session is over, I will show you, share you some sort of sample basic framework, and along with around like close to 1000 interview question and answer. I already shared couple of documents you can go through. Apart from that, couple of more video on the advanced area like page object model framework, Git, GitHub, and Jenkins I'll be sharing with, along with some sort of DevOps area, so that you can go through later point of time. So next 2 months, just focus on to join the training on time, to go through the recordings, to go through the document and practice little bit. And now my suggestion will be that go through based on the way, right, I will be teaching you, and after you getting the confidence, you can go beyond any limit. There will be no hard and fast rule, but now focus on the way whatever I'll be covering based on the syllabus. So first I'll cover the basic Selenium, right, the part in the first two session. Then from the session third onward, I will try to slowly move to the Java, basic and advanced Java, including like ops concept, Java collection framework, multi-threading. Then seventh session will be again the remaining topic from the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, here this will be seventh session, Selenium WebDriver part. So 3 sessions from Selenium, 4 sessions from Java, 2 sessions from test engine session 8 and 9, 2 sessions from the automation framework, data driven keyword hybrid framework, how to read and write data from the Excel sheet with the help of the Apache PY, right? What is the importance of the framework, why you need to create the framework, and the last session I will cover on the BDD and Cucumber, where you will be able to create the project using Maven. You can add all the dependency, you can create a sample project using BDD, right? You can generate different report along with the extend report as well. So that is the way I will cover slowly in 12th session the basic Selenium WebDriver Java and the basic framework along with the BDD. So that are the topic will be covered, and that is the additional benefit you will be getting as part of the training package. Then what is software testing? Okay. So before software testing, what you need to understand the basic of IT or the information technology. Okay. So IT started long back, like around 25 years, 30 years, maybe before that also, but last 30 years, right, IT is right doing good business in the like all over the globe along with India. So nowadays outsourcing is happening primarily India, because India, right, labor rate is cheap, and that is the reason most of the company is giving their work in India. Because in case you are considering about country, right, US, Canada, Australia, or other country, like rate will be close to 2.5 to 3 times. Okay, billing rate will be like that. So in the information technology, there are a lot of areas will be there, like development, testing, support, business analyst, domain expert, networking, management, and leadership role. So development, they are primarily responsible for the developing the product. Testing will be certifying the product, right, in different aspects. Support team will be support day-to-day activity, and business analyst team will work on the requirement part. Like domain expert, they are primarily work for the domain. It can be different domain, right, retail, insurance, e-commerce, BFS, all the different domain, healthcare, other domain as well. Networking team, who are responsible for establishing the networking environment, all this stuff, and management leadership team will be there, right, to support your project, to deal with the customer, right, to right, govern the project, and to definitely to have having the good sort of implementation in better way. So 20 to 25 years back, there was no concept of independent testing. Okay. So 20 to 25 years back, there was no concept of independent testing. Primarily developer used to do the development, unit testing, all kind of testing, and they used to certify the product. But that is the reason, right, I mean, lot of problems found after product go live, right, lot of major issue found. So that is the reason, right, independent testing team concept came into the market, and nowadays there are a lot of testing team, starting with data team, starting with automation, functional, performance, security, like manual, all this stuff. There is nothing called manual, but it's called functional, the product or the domain testing. And if I I want to analyze about the testing methodology. So you know, right, in the long back there was a only one methodology called waterfall. So where first, like developer used to develop their product, after that it used to come to the testing team. So waterfall model was there. So that is the reason for any implementation used to take like 1 year, 2 years time, and in case some problem was there, like your project was complete failure, that is the reason your development or the waterfall model changed to nowadays agile model. Agile model means there will be sprint structure. A sprint may be 2 week, 3 week, 4 week sprint. Every sprint, right? They want to develop something small, and they want to test, and they want to certify. And as a small component instead of in large component, they want to, right, go with the deployment or the real time implementation. So that is the reason nowadays cost also, right, reduced, and lot of good advantage IT company is getting. So whenever I want to talk about the software testing, I need to understand the software development lifecycle as well, which is nothing but the SDLC, right? Where first requirement will come, right? They will elaborate, they will plan the development, you will plan it, right? Then your development will happen, then the testing will happen, then all that after implementation will happen, then the production will go live. I'm sorry, and warranty support will be there. So similarly, as part of the STLC lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, your requirement will first come, then you will be creating your planning or strategizing your project, then you will be creating your test scenario, then you'll be developing your test cases, right? Then you will be creating the requiable testability matrix, then you'll be certifying your environment. Once your environment is ready, then you will start with different kind of testing, and once your testing is completed, all the defect is fixed, right? Then your project will be kind of deployed, right? And then you're closing your testing activity. So that is the way your testing lifecycle also happen. And whenever you are working as a developer or tester, like you need to maintain your requirement and maintain your test cases, your code somewhere, right? So that is the reason there are a lot of tools available, right? As part of test management, defect management tool, starting with like ALM or QC. Initially it was like QC, then ALM, nowadays name. Then nowadays Jira, Dev Azure, Rally, all this stuff is available, where you can keep your test cases, test scenario, you can map with the requirement, you can create the requirement testability matrix, and in case any defect is coming, defect is nothing but the fallacy of the in the application, or the problem which is not matching with the expected requirement, then you'll be logging as a defect. In case you are logging a defect, it will go in the defect lifecycle way also. So defect will be logged, it will be in the new status, then it will be assigned to the developer. In case developer found it is a valid one, right, then they will fix it. In case it is not a valid one, right, they will reject the defect, it will come to the tester end, and in case it is a valid, they will fix it, and again tester will retest it, and after that it will close. So that is the way it will go on. So as of now, I have talked about lot of stuff. But what is software testing at? What is software testing? You need to understand as tester first. So first you'll be getting the requirement, and based on the requirement, right, developer will also develop their product, and as a testing you'll be also certifying with the go ahead with the scenario and the test cases. And then your product is ready and it is available to you, your application. Then what you do, you'll be right executing your test cases based on the expected scenario. And in case of any deviation, right, that will be your defect. So software testing is the process of evaluating and verifying that a software product or application does what is expected to do, means with the requirement. Requirement is the bible for any developer or tester. It involves execution of software or system component using manual or automated tools to evaluate one or more properties of interest. The purpose of software testing is to identify error, gap, or missing requirement in respect to actual requirement. The benefit of testing includes preventing the bug, reducing development cost, and improving overall performance and avoiding any real-time issue. So as part of the like software testing strategy, right, early detection of the defect will reduce the overall cost of the project. As long as early as possible you can identify the defect, the right cost to fix the defect will be reduced. That is the reason nowadays testing is starting from the requirement elaboration standpoint, right? That is the reason API testing came into the market. Even your complete product is ready, some of the module is ready, you can just try to validate your expected is matching with the actual response, right? Request and response is matching. That is the way in the initial time before your integration is happening or end-to-end life cycle is established, you can still go ahead with the lot of testing. Okay. So primarily as a tester, we are focusing on two kind of testing, white box and black box, but mostly our focus will be in the black box testing. So there are a lot of testing type available. So it will start with the unit testing. Primarily after development is completed, developer will certify that their unique component is working fine as part of the unit testing. After that, it will be handed over to the testing team, where testing team will do the functional testing, check the functions by emulating business scenario based on the functional requirement. Then your once functional testing is working fine, there you can have lot of testing like system testing, other testing as well, or module testing, or component testing, or sprint level testing. After that your system is working fine and major defect like closed, like critical defect is no defect is from open, then they will integrate all the component, and the testing team will ensure that all the component asset together are working fine as well. Then you will try to, as a testing team will try to do the end-to-end testing in certify that as a end-to-end from the starting of the ending life cycle is working fine or not. Okay, once everything is done, then also you need to perform one round of testing called regression testing, because your project might take 6 months, 1 year time. At that time lot of things might change, lot of defect come. You need to certify that your existing functionality is not broken as well. So that is the reason you need to certify or go with the regression testing. In case something got broken, some right, you can identify those as a defect and you can fix them. After that, NFT testing is there, which is called non-functional testing, where performance, load, trace, security testing can be there, which is done by the NFT team. They'll validate the performance, CPU utilization, right, endurance, load testing, any kind of security violation is there or not. Then once everything is done, then they will be having two kind of testing called acceptance testing, where we'll be performing the testing called alpha and beta. Alpha will perform at the developer end and beta will perform at the customer end. So after that acceptance test, as part of the acceptance testing, customer will find that the look and feel of the product, right, and working as per the look and feel of the product is good, and the product life cycle is working as per their requirement. Then they will certify it, and then the go live will happen, and the project, like your application, will be running as usual with the latest code and latest changes. After that, any kind of problem might come, right? That is the reason warranty support will be there to fix. That is the reason support team will be working for the live project as well on regular basis, 24/7. So what is error, fault and failure? So error, a human action that produces the incorrect result, and fault is the manifestation of an error in software or in implementation. And failure is nothing but the deviation of the software from its expected delivery or service. Any human being can make an error, which is called mistake. And in case you are not right solving the mistake, which can produce a defect or fault in the code or in software application or product, if the defect in the code is executed, the system will fail to do what it should be do, in causing a failure or the crash. Just I'm giving a simple example so that you can understand the error, fault and failure. So what we used to do, right? Primarily the old ages person in our home, right? They used to take fast. I mean, right? So like most of the like day in the month, and they used to eat like maybe 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. right? In the morning they are not having anything. But that is not a good practice. That is the error we are doing as a human being. We know that is not good, but still we are doing error. And because of error, because of repeated thing, because of the long run of the error, what will happen? It might cause some gastric problem, ulcer, or some problem in the liver, right? That is called fault. So what I need to do? As and when some problem is coming, I need to go to the hospital. I need to like go to visit to doctor. I need to go for the test. I need to take the medicine. In case I am not doing, what will happen? It can ruin my life, right? Okay, it can create lot of major problem, and definitely people will not be survive. So that is called failure of the crash. So that is the way you can get the relationship between the error, fault and failure. So how can error happen in the system? So we are all human being, we can do some mistake, right? So human being are prone to making simple human error. There might be miscommunication, poor requirement. So communication gap, right? In case there are 10%, and like in case 1% to another person communication is going, some will be communication gap will be there. Sometimes requirement is not properly documented. Sometimes we are working under pressure. I'm having family problem, or maybe we are working for multiples like requirement, multiple projects at the same time. Complexity of the technologies of the infrastructure. Sometimes technology is latest, but we do not have the adequate resources. We do not have the knowledge, people, right? Document poorly documented code with a proper review. So that is the reason review is always required. Whatever you're thinking, your PRs, your manager, your lead will not be thinking the same way. They can provide the comment in case you are incorporating the comment. That will really help. So that is the reason review should be always required for any kind of aspect. It can be testing, development, support, anywhere. Sometimes environment is not available purely. That is the primary reason where error can come in the system. So what is basic software testing 7 principles? So all the tests should meet the customer requirement. I already mentioned your requirement is your Bible. So you have to always go with the requirement. Then software testing should be performed by independent party, third party. So initially like it was done by the developer, but nowadays concept came as an independent third party. So so the mindset will change. So that is the reason, right? They will come up some other scenario which might be not thought by the developer during coding. So that in person you are doing same thing, right? Coding, testing, so that you might miss something. Exhaustive testing is not possible. Sometime due to the limitation of the time, right? We are not able to do the exhaustive testing. Suppose say there is a 1 year project. So I'm just giving an example. So 8 months should be for development and 4 months for testing. But sometime developer take like 10 months and you are only getting 2 months time, but your project timeline cannot be extended, so it is not possible to complete testing in 2 months time. So what you can do, you can go with the risk based testing, RBT approach. So every test case you can give the priority severity like that, right? Priority, and after that every test case will be having some risk factor, and whatever risk factor is more, then you can take the critical high test case first. In case you are having getting time, then you can go with the medium and low complex test case. All the testing should be conducted, right, before implementing it. Means once your product is gone live, there is no point of testing. So as early as possible, whatever testing you complete at the earliest stage, that will benefit to the overall project. It follows Pareto rule, 80-20 rule. Means 80% defect will come, primarily 20% of the area. That is the reason your business SME, your domain knowledge, your product knowledge will be required to, so that like what happened, people can identify what are the area is really complex in nature, and they can focus, give more focus on those area, and majority of the defect can be uncovered. Start testing with small part and extend to the large part. That is the testing start of the unit, then functional, then integration, then end to end, like that. RD testing saves time and money. As already mentioned, testing should start from the requirement stage, and as an early you can start the testing, you can find the defect, overall cost of the project, overall cost of the your project life cycle or testing life cycle will be reduced. So why automation testing? So as of now we can do manually, right? I mean, it is not the manual, but we are doing it without any automation intervention. We can do everything. Okay. So we can write our manual test cases, we can execute them, we can log a defect, we can, okay. So every time we have required the manual intervention, I need to do repetitive way. Okay. So that is the reason, right? Your functional testing, your time consuming, because the same thing you need to do it a manual way. Okay. And so manual means it will be time consuming, and sometimes because of time, right, you cannot complete it all the thing on time. So what can you do? Your coverage might be missing. Suppose in case you want to test like 100 scenario and manually it is taking more time, so that you miss some couple of scenario within the intended time. Higher chances of risk. In manual testing, every time your manual intervention will be required, right? So that is the reason sometime as a human being, in case we are in tight pressure, right, we can do some mistake. Okay. And that is the reason unexpected error or mistake can happen, entering data, setting parameter, and execution in comparison, etc. Maintaining project deadline. In case you are not able to, right, do the complete testing on time as well, so definitely you cannot maintain the project timeline, because in case you are working for a customer organization, right, the time is the very important factor. You have to complete everything on time, otherwise, right, you will be having lot of problem, lot of escalation from the different stakeholder. And regression testing, because in case you need to execute same test case again and again and again, but your manual time will be same only, right? Okay, almost same. So that fast, suppose say you are having fast running 100 test case, it might take 10 days, maybe next time it might take 8 days, But in case same test case you have to run again and again and again, right? Something might be missed or maybe something will be time consuming. That is the reason. Right? Your manual testing or functional testing might take some time, and that is the reason you have to think for something called automated. So when a company develops a product, it is bound to have defect. So before the release of the product, the company needs to capture the flaws in it to provide seamless user experience. It is the responsibility of the testing team to perform various kind of testing, from functional to non-functional, to ensure the effectiveness, efficiency and better user experience of overall product. Manual software testing is performed by human sitting in front of computer, carefully going through the application screen, typing various usage and input combination, comparing the result to the expected behavior and recording their observation. So software tests have to be repeated often during development cycle to ensure quality. Every time source code is modified, software tests should be repeated. For each release of the software, it may be tested on all supported operating system and hardware configuration. Manually repeating this test is costly and time consuming. That is the reason your automation testing will be come into the picture. So what is automation testing? Means there definitely manual person will be required. Otherwise, who will do the scripting? Who will do the create the framework? All this stuff. So automation testing is a software testing method or technique to test any application and compare the actual result with the expected result. This can be achieved by designing test script using any relevant automation tool. It can be any kind of automation tool, like not only Selenium. It can be RFT, UFT. It can be different programming language, different framework you can utilize. So in manual testing, test cases are executed manually without any proper support from relevant tools. However, for automated testing, test cases are executed with the assistance of one or more appropriate tool. Automation testing is also more reliable as there is less chances of human error. In manual testing, users have to run test cases manually every time based on their need. Hence, it is time consuming. However, in automation testing, once scripts are ready, user can run the test cases any number of time with different combination of data with minimal time. The main goal of automation testing is to increase the test efficiency and develop software value. A really strong set of test suites that are expected repeatedly each time a change is made to the code reduces the risk of issues leaking into the field. Automated tests help in finding defect or bug early in the software development lifecycle, thereby reducing the risk of delivering faulty software. So main objective of automation testing is that you'll be writing the code one time and you can get benefit n number of time. So initial time whenever you are developing your framework from the scratch, it might take some additional time. That is not a problem. But after that, you will be getting the benefit from the automation testing. That is the reason whenever you are starting any kind of automation, you need to do first two things. One is called POC, which is nothing but the proof of concept. So in the proof of concept, you need to identify what tool it might fruitful for your project. Whether it is a Windows based application, whether it is a client server based application, whether it is a web based application. So based on that part, you can find your suitable tool, programming language and the framework. And then next thing is that you need to calculate the ROI, which is nothing but the return on investment. So whatever investment you are doing, you need to get something returned back. Otherwise, there is no point of automation. Suppose say in case you are having just simple say 100 test cases and you need to automate them. So in case you want to execute them manually, it might take 10 days. But if you want to automate them 100 test cases, it might take around 40 days. So in case you need to run them one time, you would require 10 days, but automation 40 days. So definitely there is no point of automation. But in case same test case you need to run 10 times, then definitely you can go with the automation. Why? Because 10 times manual run, it might take 90 to 100 days. But automation, you already developed your script. So only 40 days is there, and remaining after running every time it might take 1 day. So it is taking only 50 days and maybe 10 days for your maintenance part, 60 days. So still you are saving 30 to 40 days. So your ROI is positive. So ROI is nothing but your manual total manual execution effort minus total automation effort divided by total automation effort. That is the way you can get the return on investment. So unless your return on investment is positive, there is no point of automation. But yeah, sometime your customer might have the different thought. They can go with nowadays, but definitely we should first focus on the automation which will be really executing multiple times. That is the way we can get more ROI or return on investment. So whenever what are the different type of thing we can automate? Primarily we should focus automation on the smoke or sanity testing suite, because those things will be executing every time whenever some new build is coming, right? Some new build is coming, or maybe some new requirement is coming, new some build is happening, defect is speaking like that. Then you should focus on the automation on the regression suite, which will be executed multiple times. Then we should focus on the automation on the test data creation part. Then we should focus on the automation for the different evening area, like smoke or sanity, like build validation, end-to-end life cycle, and test data creation part. So when you need to perform the automation testing, so whenever your requirement is stable, means requirement is not changing, right? Then you should start automation testing. Whenever your requirement is steady, right? There is a time crunch, your application is stable enough, your project is big, your project, right, which would require to test same thing again and again and again, then you should go with the automation. These are the area you should focus on the automation. In case your project is unstable, then definitely there is no point of automation. In case your requirement is not frozen, it can change, so that today you are scripting, tomorrow that script will not happen, not work, so you need to go with the new thing, so your automation will not be fruitful. So these are the different things you need to consider before starting your automation journey. Then what are the key things you need to consider, right, before choosing any kind of automation testing solution? So first thing is that what kind of technology, right, you will be automating. Then, right, can you have your own open source tool or your own organization tool, right, or whether you will be going some licensed tool, commercial tool like that. Okay, then how much training is required in case tool is new for the organization. Guys, are you able to hear me? Hello. Hey guys, are you able to hear me now? I think maybe for some seconds like connection gone. Okay. Yeah, because there is a huge rain started and my internet gone, so I'm connected to the mobile hotspot. Okay. So whether how much training is really required, right? And does the tool match like the current software testing process or not? And in case you do not have the proper in-house tool, right, can you go with the outsourcing tool or outsourcing activity like that? So these are the different consideration you need to do as part of your POC or the proof of concept and the ROI calculation. Then similarly, like I mean software development lifecycle, defect lifecycle, or software testing lifecycle, your automation testing lifecycle will come into the picture. So first you will go with the planning. You will analyze the requirement. You will analyze the application under test, right? You will identify all your object. You will identify the test cases, because as a automation team, right, you will not be writing your test case manually, so you need to take help from the functional team. So what are the sanity, smoke, regression testing, or automating those test cases you would require, so that those things will be automated. Then you need to start with the test script design. You need to create your like page object library model, because in the real time, right, you will be not be going through isolated thing. So instead of that, you will be creating the code for the pages wise. You will be creating the reusable component, right? So that same thing you can use it again and again and again. You need to design test script using element locators. Okay, means there are different web page you need to identify. You need to find the element locator, then you need to proceed with testing. Once your test script is designed, then you need to enhance your test script. Means, so as of now you already identified, you already developed the key, but your main objective, whatever testing you are doing, it's automation manual, does not have any problem. Or every time you need to like validate your actual and expected requirements. So you need to like insert step, right, for your assertion of the verify command, and you need to like use parameterization, because same test case you need to repeat it for like n number of times. So you need to use parameterization for data driven testing, and you know that some handle or some error might come, so you need to handle the expected and unexpected error as well. Then so once your script is ready, you need to do the run, right, and debug your script. You need to isolate, you need to go through your script, you need to find out the problem, you need to just fix the problem, you need to make your ready code your ready, and after that you need to maintain your code for the long run. Otherwise your automation project will be like big failure. Okay, so in case you are developing your script, after 6 months you cannot run them, so you need to thoroughly, you need to enhance your script, and then after you in the real time you need to run your script. Once you run, you need to analyze your script, and you need to publish the result, identify defect and the log red defect. So that is your automation life cycle. So guys, I will take a pause as of now. So as of now mostly I have covered the like testing and automation testing life cycle. Before proceeding to the further topics, I will take a pause. Any questions, I will take it. After that I will go to the remaining part. Anyone, any doubt? Okay, yeah. Yeah, are you able to are you able to grasp the thing? I am going too fast, guys. Okay, okay, cool. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, definitely right. So data driven keyword hybrid and BDD framework I will cover. Okay, the real how to develop it from the scratch, so that you can develop after surgery is over. You can develop by your own. Okay, so that the confidence you can in case you are following the thing thoroughly, you can develop framework by your own from the scratch. That part I can guarantee. Yeah. So, honestly speaking, people used to claim that I am automation expert 1 year, 2 years. But when, as an experienced person, right, I used to talk all this stuff. They said that they have only like run the code. Your framework is ready. All this stuff they will say. Okay, but in case you are thoroughly enjoying my session, you are learning the thing. You can not only run the script, you can not only work on the already framework, develop framework, but you can also like develop the framework by your own from the scratch. So that is the thing you can do. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is the way my syllabus is there. Yeah, syllabus is there from the scratch. You no need any precondition. In case you are having testing knowledge, that will be fine. So automation, everything will be from the scratch. So I already mentioned, in case you are having some knowledge, that will be added advantage, but you no need to worry. Everything will be from the scratch only. Yeah, right, that is the thing I'll be also mentioning during the session, but all the 12 topics are important. No worry. Okay, so you need to correlate, but during the session I will mention that these are the area, right, where maybe in case you are going for some right other opportunity, maybe people will focus on the area. That is the thing I will let you know, no worry. Yeah, I will purely. Yeah, 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 that's fine. Yeah, yeah. No worry. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Haha. Hmm. I don't think that this kind of special ETL testing related part you cannot have much benefit from the Selenium automation, because I think for the ETL testing there will be specific tools, right? Automation tool also will be there. But yeah, but in case you used to maybe value just validate with the bulk order, that also not possible using Selenium, because in case you know the expected and the actual part, right? You can store the value, and you can also with the help of the tool, right? You can try to map this thing. That is also possible, but I mean ETL testing area I do not have much knowledge, so maybe just I need to have a look. You can post your query, I will try to have a look. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Database connectivity as is already there. Yeah, that can be thing, but it is not covered in my syllabus. That is there. That can be possible. Yeah, DB related connection to grabbing the details from the database to validating it. That is possible using Selenium. That not be a problem. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that will be definitely there. Without screenshot, no testing is fruitful, right? Nobody will acknowledge your report. So testing how to capture the screenshot, how to right, all this thing will be covered here. No worry. So you can check my syllabus. So that syllabus, I think all the granular point is already mentioned. Capture the screenshot is also, yeah. Then I will go. Okay, you can note your questions. We can discuss. Not be a problem. So there are different kind of tools is available. Okay, so some are like open source. Open source means like there is no license cost. Okay, some other thing is license, you need to give the license. So Selenium is free tool. Okay, primarily it's used for the web based testing. It provides multiple browser support like QFT or UTP. QTP is nothing but the quick test professional, nowadays is known as UFT or unified functional testing, which is the commercial tool. So that is having, it's having some sort of already added features, right? It primarily for the non-web application or the Windows based application, it can be used with the built-in feature. Then RFT, which is rational functional tester, which supports functional regression GUI testing. Nowadays Tosca is came into the market, powerful automation tool, also license tool for functional regression testing on various software products. Silk also license based tool for desktop, mobile, web application. CQL is open source tool for the GUI testing. Then SOAP UI, Postman, other tools available for API testing, and different framework also there for like Karate, REST API. These are the different framework for the API testing. APM is the also open source tool for primarily for the mobile like native web testing or the mobile web testing. Then JUnit and testing, these are the framework which support TestNG. Sorry, which support like Selenium with different framework like BDD as well. Apart from that, there are a lot of other tools like Catalan Studio, like Test Sigma. Right, nowadays a lot of tools came into the market. Okay, but these are the primary tools. Like I have some knowledge. That is the reason I'm listed it here. So component of Selenium. When Selenium came to the market, Selenium IDE was there. So it is nothing but the integrated data environment. It is having only the record and playback mechanism. It is having the record and playback mechanism. Okay, so it only you can record your thing and you can just play it and you can do some modification, but that was not good, right? So after that Selenium RC or remote control came, like which was the first Selenium tool which allows user to use programming language for creating the test in complex which is complex in nature. Then WebDriver came into the market, which allows user to interact or communicate directly with the browser and controlling it from the operating system. So after that WebDriver and Selenium RC integrated, Selenium 2 came, Selenium 3 came, and nowadays Selenium 4 also came, and the latest version is Selenium 4.1210. Then another component is Selenium Grid, primarily used for the parallel or distributed testing. In case I am talking about the parallel testing, means same test case you can write work in different browser like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Mozilla, like that, or maybe different operating system. It can be Linux, Mac, or Windows. So what are the advantages? So Selenium is an open source tool, and like lot of project using Selenium, lot of customers using Selenium. So that is the reason lot of reference material, lot of problem statement, lot of solution you can find it. No license is required. Selenium support variety of the programming language: Java, Perl, Ruby, PHP, Python, C has. It support different operating system like Mac, Windows, or like Linux. It support different browser like Safari, Opera, Firefox, Chrome. It supports like parallel or distributed testing. It uses very less hardware. In case you are using like for UFT, so at least 4 GB RAM is required. Otherwise, your system will be completely right slow. But Selenium, I think 1 GB RAM also you can install it. That not be a problem. So disadvantage: web service, REST or SOAP cannot be automated using Selenium. Selenium WebDriver definitely requires some sort of programming language. Just suppose in Tosca, it is required very less programming language. But Selenium, any programming language you need to use, C has, Java, Python, like that. No vendor support because this tool is a free tool. So in case you are struggling, you have to rely on the expert person, right? But from the vendor you cannot get support because there is no vendor because it's a free tool. So as there is no object repository concept in Selenium, maintainability of the object becomes difficult. Whereas UFT object repository feature is already there in build because you are getting it as part of your license, right? After paying the license. So for reading and writing the data using Selenium, you have to get the support from the Apache PY, through which you can interact with the right Excel sheet or external sources, data sources. So advantage of Selenium WebDriver: similarly it support different browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, like Android, iOS also. Okay, it support different operating system, Mac, Windows, Linux. Support different programming language. It is faster than the other Selenium tool like IDRC. It control the browser by programming. It support error-driven testing and cross-browser testing. It support parallel execution with the help of the JUnit or TestNG. Then what are the prerequisites required, right? Really you need to first install to start your journey in the Selenium. First is that you need to install Java. So this is the official site of the Java. You can go, right? You need to install Java or JDK. JDK is nothing but the Java deployment kit. So you need to go to that site, Oracle site, and you can download. After opening, this is the path only. You don't need to refer anywhere. You can go to the path, right? You can go download. So nowadays Java 20% is available, but you can go with your journey like any version, like Java 8, Java 11, or Java 2017. So in case you want to install Java 20, so you need to click on that. If you want to install Java 17, you need to go here. Maybe I think 17 or 20% you need to create some Oracle account as well. Otherwise you will not able to install it. Then you need, based on your operating system, Linux, Mac, you need to select here. Suppose a window. So you need to go with that thing, right? So it will be 64 cross intruder. You can click here. After that, some zip exe file will be created. So you need to click and you need to install it. So once it is installed, right, what will happen? You can go to your My Computer. You can go to C drive, go to the program files. There will be Java folder will be created, and you could see here my Java 19 and Java 11 is installed. So once you open like that Java, that is the folder will be created. After it's installed, so you need to select any version, that is the JDK path. You need to copy it, and you need to go to your My Computer properties. You need to go to the advanced system setting. You need to go to the advanced tab. You need to click on the environment variables, and here you need to click a new variables, which will be Java underscore home, and that path you need to give it here till that path. Okay, so that is the first setting you need to do. Java underscore home, all are caps. Java underscore home, and that path till the JDK you need to give. That is already added here. Next, you need to click on the path variable. Double click here, and here you need to click on the new, and you need to give the path till the bin folder. Till the bin folder you need to give it. Sorry. Yeah, okay, it is already there, so it might get some problem. That is the reason. Okay, so once I already given you the path, so it is not an, if you click here, it will allow you to install the Java. 2 or 3 step only. So that is the, in case you are struggling, I will let you know. So just click here and just click next and finish. So after that your that folder will be available here, and then you need to do the settings here like Java home, and then right in the path variable you need to also give the till the bin path. So this is the path variable. You need to click here new, and you need to give the path till the bin folder. Here in the Java underscore home it will be only the JDK path, that is the JDK path, and the path variable you need to give the here new. You don't need to remove anything. Do not remove anything. Simply click new and give the till the bin path. Bin path. So that yeah. So you need to install that Java based on your system setting like Mac or Windows and like Linux from this particular URL. Okay, any version you can go with JDK 20, JDK 17, JDK 11 also, that is fine, because you need to, in case you need to use Jenkins, right? Jenkins does not support Java 17, 19 as of now. Only support Java 8 or Java 11. So that is the reason I have all two settings, both the settings, like Java 19 and Java 11. So because Jenkins does not support Java apart from Java 8 or Java 11. So I have installed Java 8, 11 and I have set up that path. Yeah. In the you can go even Java 11 also. Okay, Java 11, if you go down here you could see that is the path for Java 11, and you can go. Yeah, that is the reason I have installed both the thing. Yeah, so you could see that is the installer. You can click here. Simply if you click, just you need to double click, open it, and next and finish. Okay, in case you are having any problem, then I will show you that time day, other day. Just start it. That is very simple process. That is the reason I did not like again run it. So that is the first part, Java setting. After Java is installed, then you can go Windows R, press Windows R, and here press CMD, command prompt, CMD. Right, it will open your command prompt. Then give Java space hyphen version. You could see, right? Whatever latest maximum version is available, it will show you. Okay, so that is the way you can get to know your Java is installed in your system for the validation purpose. The second one is Eclipse, right? Because you would require some ID, which is nothing but the integrated data environment, right? You can go with IntelliJ or Eclipse. Eclipse I have used most. That is the reason I will prefer Eclipse. So this is the site. I already given the path here. So what you can do after opening the path, right? You can go that option, Eclipse ID for Java developer, and you can, based on a system, you can just click here. Right, after clicking, you can simply just double click that launcher and next, and it will be automatically installed. Then some shortcut will be created here like that, Eclipse ID. Then you can open it. So for the first time, it will ask you for having some workspace, and you need to just set up the workspace and any of the drive, C drive, D drive, wherever drive is available, and then automatically it will launch. Once it is launched, it will look like that. But here there is no project, because I already working for long and I have a couple of projects. That is the reason. Otherwise, it will look like that only after opening the Eclipse. So just follow the steps. Okay, I will share some other reference as well. Okay, so just it will not be a problem. Eclipse Java not be any problem. So you can do it. Okay, so this is the version you need to go with. Yeah. Yeah, IntelliJ. I think you can go with Eclipse. Eclipse is, I mean, for me, I mean, as a work, sometimes people say that they are compatible in IntelliJ, but I am compatible in Eclipse. Okay. Yeah. That is fine. That not be a big deal. So in case you are having specific problem, let me know. It will be similar only. And nowadays, especially also, there are sometimes people are using Visual Studio in case they are working with CS, right? So that are the ID that will help you to develop your code. And this is the download button. If you click it, it will open something, and you can simply just open it, double click, click next link, and finish it. So that is the simple thing you need to do for the Eclipse. Then you will be having your jar file you required. Because what is jar file? Because by default your Eclipse will be having your Java. So you'll be having your all your methods and interfaces and the classes. So I will explain you in the Java what is all this stuff. No need to worry. So for the first two sessions, in case for the couple of stuff you are having some question, that will be covered in the Java. No worry, everything will be covered. So still I tried to cover too far from the Selenium. Then I'll go to the Java. Otherwise, it will be starting for everything is coding. That is the reason. Okay, so you need to install the Selenium jar file, which will be having Selenium specific like methods, interfaces, or the classes. So then you can interact with the different web pages, web element. So this is the simple path, simple link, Selenium dev.download. Latest version 4.1 is available, but still you can work with 3, right? And you can also work with 4. That will not be a problem. So in case you want to go with the previous version, 3.141 is the stable version. Because I did not work even more on the Selenium 4 because some problem was going on, right? And some solution they have got. But nowadays few organizations using Selenium 4. You can also try, but like also you can go with Selenium 3.14 as well. So you can need to click on the releases, and here you will be finding the link, right, for the Selenium 1.4. That is the latest version. You now for now you can go with 3.1.4 because this, to learn Selenium 4 it will be having some added thing. Maybe I have planned to create some more video later point of time. You can go through that one. Okay, not be a problem. Maybe I have by this next 2 to 3 months I have a plan to like maybe update few video because that is the couple of changes, so I need to update thing, but otherwise same thing will be there. Okay, so here you can find the option called Selenium server standalone 3.1.4 download. Just click it, right, simply, and it will be look like that here. Selenium jar file. Okay, just download and place it in the desktop or any drive, no worry. So that is the start step. And fourth step, in case you want to go with the Chrome driver, you need to download the Chrome browser, you need to download the Chrome driver. So okay, so that is the link I already given here. So here you can go here simply. So you need to download the driver. Okay, so before that you need to identify what is the version of your browser, right? Because it will vary from you, right, me. Because in case you are using suppose 100, I can use 114, someone can use the 100 latest version 116 like that. So I'll just click on the triple dot, any browser, right? Click on the help, click on that about. So you could see version is 114. Forget about the remaining part. That is the main version. That is the other digit. That is no worry. So 114. So you need to download it for 114 only. You could see, right? In case it's 113, you need to download that one. Click that one. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, these are the common thing you are able to follow. You can try your journey in immediately. Otherwise, you are starting a creating a script. It will be having a lot of trouble. So that are the area where the major problem will come. Right? You could see that is the 114. So you need to just simply click it. I think some option will be giving you. In case it is your Chrome driver, you need to click here. Chrome, it will support both 32 and 64-bit machine. Simply click it, just unzip it. Okay, that way it will getting some Chrome driver.exe file. So that will look like that, Chrome driver.exe. You could see that is a Gecko driver exe, and something will be there for the Chrome driver exe file. That will look like here, Chrome driver exe file. Okay, similarly for the Firefox browser, you need to go here. That is the official site. So similar way, you need to open the Firefox browser, right? And you need to find out what is the latest browser version. So I think that is the 3.3, and here help, right, about Firefox. What is the Firefox? Similarly 114 version. So here it is not like that Chrome driver. You could see here if 0.333 it will support what version you can get it, the details. Okay, you could see it will support anything, right, beyond 113. So that is the thing, it will support, right? So in case you require less than that one, right, you need to go here, you need to find out what version will be. In case 102, it will support only 0.31 2.1. So that is the way you need to download. So you need to go here and you need to click here, right, Gecko driver version 0.33 window.zip. Similar way it will look like that, Gecko driver. So that is the fourth step you need to do, setting. Then what you need to do, you need to open your Eclipse. Java setup done, Eclipse downloaded, Selenium jar file downloaded, your driver downloaded. So you'll be opening the Eclipse and you'll be creating a first project. So you need to open your Eclipse, you need to click here new and new option, and now we'll be learning Java project, and the last session I will show you how to create a Maven project as well. So once you create the Java project, automatically by default all the Java packages, classes, interfaces, methods will be associated to your project. So I can give something called Selenium training. Do not give any space, it will not take any space. 23 batch, and here you can select like 1.8, that is better, otherwise might get some problem. Okay, and click on next, click on finish simply. So your project got created, and that is the right or the Java library file added to your project. And click on src, select src, right click. After project is created in the src folder, you need to create a package. Right click new and package. So I can give the package called training. Then within the package I need to create a class. Right click again, select the package, right click new class. So I can give something called session 1. As I am dealing with Java class, so I need to select always public static void main. No worry, that will be covered in the Java session. What is public, what is void, static, all this stuff. So simply it will like that. And you can remove that one. So let's try to write some basic code for Java. So you can give something called SYSO, type SYSO. After that press Control spacebar. Control spacebar at the same time. You could see the method from Java is coming, right? So I can give something name called within the double quote, my first Java code. Okay. So that is the way. SYSO control spacebar at the same time. So that method will be coming. Otherwise you can manually type it. And then within the double quote you can give it here. Then once you are done, press Ctrl S to save it. Right click here. Option will be getting called run as and Java application. You could see my first Java code came in the console. So that is done. So my first Java code is running. But here I will try to learn with the Selenium. I will try to open a page using my Selenium browser. So what can I do? So I can remove it for now. So what are the settings is required for your Selenium WebDriver? So your first thing is that you need to associate your Selenium jar file to your project. You already created a project, you already created a package, you already created a class. That part, Eclipse part is done. Second part, you need to right, already Java is associated, so two part done, project created. Now you need to associate here third part, means Selenium jar file you need to associate. So how can I do it? Right click project, right click here, click on the properties, go to the Java build path. Here click on the library tab, click on add external jars and select as my in my desktop is available, right? Here you could see Selenium server standalone, whatever downloaded, I am click simply opening and apply and close. So automatically it is getting associated. Now you could see as reference library also got added. Here you could able to find that Selenium jar file. So all the Selenium thing I can access it now. So my third part also done. Then now I will go with the settings for the browser, right, with the driver. So that everything is already mentioned here. You no need to worry. So that part I will be sharing it. So in case you are having any trouble, you can refer it. So some of the conventions given: class name should start with uppercase, like it should be noun format. Interface should start with the uppercase and adjective format. Method should start with lowercase. Variable names should start with the lowercase. Package name should start with lowercase as well. In generic format I have given also. Then how can you run it from the Chrome browser? So within the public static void main here, first I'll be typing something called system.set properties, because system is a predefined class in Java. System.set properties. There is a method is coming. As and when this is the class and this is the method. You could see here. Try to understand here. This is method coming from the system class. What is type? Type return type is string, and it is having key and value pair. So I need to give key and value pair. So what key I need to give, that is fixed always for the Chrome browser. Okay. So within the double quote you need to give web, all are lowercase, web driver dot Chrome dot driver. Okay. No need to worry about that. Just simple thing you need to give it here. System dot set properties. Here it will be key will be webdriver dot Chrome dot driver. and you need to always give with semicolon in any kind of line in Java. And here null, he means here key and value. So what will be the value? Your value will be relevant driver. So you need to go to your path where driver is placed. So this is my Chrome driver. Right click here. You no need to worry about anything. Go to the properties, and this is the path you can give it first, which is in double quote. So automatically it will take double slash because it will not understand single slash Selenium. Then you need already given the path C drive user del desktop, and then you need to give the file name. That is the file name Chrome driver. I am giving it, and the extension. What is the extension? .exe. So that .exe also need to give it. So that is the complete path of the Chrome driver. So that's my first part done. System is the predefined class from where set property method is coming, which is having the key and value. So key is for the WebDriver, sorry, Chrome driver, it will be webdriver.chrome.driver, and this is the exact path of my exe file. Okay. Then I'll be creating an object or instance for the WebDriver interface. WebDriver interface is generic interface. So WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. So that is the common thing you need to use always. I will explain later point of time. Slowly you can get more. WebDriver is the interface, and Chrome driver is the class, which all are coming from the Selenium only. It is not from Java. So as the logic for the web interface, you cannot create an object content directly. For the class, you can create an object always. So that is the reason I am creating object content for the WebDriver. So I have to align surrounds with the class. So now you could see some error messages there. So what is the error message? Because here in the class, it is not able to identify what is WebDriver, what is Chrome driver. It is not able to identify at all because it does not know. Suppose say whenever you get my reference for the training, so day one you do not know who is Haradhan. Definitely is not there. But slowly you have gone through my video, YouTube, you have gone through my LinkedIn profile. Maybe after that you can get to know about, you have gained the confidence about me. Then you have reached. So that is the way. So I need to WebDriver. I need to import the WebDriver from where it is coming. It is coming from the origin open called the Selenium packages, which is already there in the reference library, that packages. And that part gone. Still error message is there, so I need to import the Chrome driver as well. Okay. Okay, you could see some error message was there. That is the giving a suggestion. Chrome driver, CHROME Otherwise, it will be having the error. So Chrome driver also is coming from the Selenium package only. Okay. Then my object is created. Now with the help of the object, I can maximize the page, and I can launch a browser. So that object dot, you could see it is giving all the method. So driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So that is the thing. It's common across the dot maximize. Is void, means it will not return anything. That it will perform the action, but it will not return anything. Then if you want to launch a page, you need to give some driver dot get. That is the method. I will explain everything, no worry. So what is get method? Get is the method coming from the WebDriver. You could see that is the WebDriver. And return type is void. I need to pass the argument, which is string. String means within double quote you have to give. Which is return, it will not return anything, means it will only perform the action, but it will not return anything in the console. That is the reason it is called void return type. This is the method from where coming, or interface or class from where it is coming. That is called return type. That is the method name, and it is called argument. So here you need to pass the argument to launch any browser. So say I want to open any page, I want to open say Facebook page. So if you need to open Facebook page here, I need to give the copy that URL. Maybe that is the Bengali, it will not able to understand. Okay, so that's simply copy it and paste it within the double quote. Okay, now your code is done to launch a page. So I have already set the properties for the Chrome driver. I am creating object code instance for the WebDriver interface and the Chrome driver class. Please be remember, WebDriver is interface, Chrome driver is the class. And I am trying to maximize the page after opening it, and then once the page is open, it will launch the Facebook page. So that is the way I am trying to automate my process. So it will be done through the code. I am not doing any manual way. Just run it by application. So it will try to launch the Chrome browser. You could see it maximized and Facebook page got launched. So I am not doing anything manually. That is the way I am trying to interact. So that is my first code I have written here with the help of the Chrome browser. And next, in case you want to deal with the Firefox browser, so you simply here you need to change, instead of webdriver.chrome.driver, it will be webdriver.gecko.driver. That will be your task. Okay, webdriver.gecko.driver, and you need to give the path of the Gecko driver here. Similar way, and here you need to give WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. That is the only three change you need to do. So it will launch your Firefox browser. So that is the task you need to do. Okay, similar way it will be same only. Okay, any questions, guys, before proceeding to the remaining topics? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. No, no, here it will be Windows only. But yeah, I mean, I will be using that headless browser testing. I will show you. Okay, without opening any browser, how can do with that, like HTML unit driver and Chrome and the Firefox. These are the three driver will be covered here. Hmm. So headless driver testing is nothing. The GUI will not be open, but your execution will be successful. That part will be covered, which is called headless browser testing. Yeah, yeah. You can also use Safari also. Yeah, no, 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 mobile has not be covered, right? Yeah, mobile emulator, simulator, everything that will not be covered. So here for the Safari also you can, yeah, Safari also webdriver.safari.driver give the path, and here also it will be Safari driver. So that is the way you can go with, yeah, three driver. APM, right? Exactly, APM. That is the thing I think mentioned here. You cannot only Selenium will not work. So APM would be required. Yeah, yeah, APM will be required for any iOS testing, mobile simulator testing. It will be required APM. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? Are you getting something from the script? Yeah, yes, yeah, 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 probably. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, no, no. Java also will be learning. No worry. Basic to advanced Java. Ops concept, collection, multi-threading, everything will be covered. All the loop, like all this. That will suffice for start your journey. Okay, but there is no one can say that that is like exhaustive. No, that is not like that. Okay, but whatever is really required to start your journey, that should be sufficient here. Okay. Yeah. Then slowly, as and when you'll be working more and more, you'll be finding more and more pain area challenges, and you'll be finding lot solution, right? But I can say that in the 12th season, whatever topics will be covered, that part I think 60%, 70% thing will in the real time will be covered also. Okay, remaining 37% because as it like experienced person also, right? Something I can found new and do not have any experience, so I have to learn by own searching, dealing with the friend, colleagues, right? That is the way. So that will be real time problem only. So these are the thing you have to deal real time. Hmm. No, here I am using Eclipse 2022, but not sure. 2022 I am using only. Okay, I'm not sure. I need to check. I'm using 2022 version, not 2023. Yeah, that might be because that is the reason, yeah, right? The thing will be upgraded, right? And also need to change, but that will not be a big deal. Okay, so 1 or 2 hour effort will be fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still same, right? Yes, yes. Also, I need to. That is the way. I will be also learning, right? What are the pros and cons and challenges you are facing? Okay. So the next is about the, as of now we are already able to know about the like how to open the page. Or locator I will be covering later. Okay. Then what are the different operation we can do? So as of now I am able to open the page, right? Then I can also get the title of the page. I can also get the current URL of the page or the page source as well, right? So how can I do it? So let's, I already opened the page. So if you want to print something in the console, you can press SYSO. Then you can give something called driver dot get title. You could see that the method are coming. So you could see that the get title means it will give you the title. Return type is string. Try to understand here. Return type, it is not void string. It will return the string and WebDriver. So that is the one way. Another way is you can, what you can do. So that is the way I can get the title of the current web page. And apart from that, you can directly call driver set other method current URL, right? So driver, as and when you are pressing driver, all the thing will be coming. Okay, driver dot get current URL. You could see now it is type as WebDriver coming from the WebDriver. Return type is string. So what I can do, I can store in some string variable. String curl, that is my variable name. Return type I am storing in the string. Then I can print my variable. So that is the two way you can just work. Okay, you can directly print it or you can just store it and then print it. So now if you try to run it, so this current URL and the page, right, title, it will print in the console. Similarly you can also get the page source, but it will give you the page source, but that is not used much. So these are the two things it's used much here. So page open, and also you could have, right, the title and the current URL of the page. Yes, we are creating our variable because driver dot get URL. I am showing it again. Driver dot get, right, your current URL. Return type is string. That is the reason I am storing in string variable, and that is the variable name I am giving. You can give any variable name. So I have given current. Like you can also mention current URL. That not be a problem. URL, and you need to change it here also. So it will work same way. So that is the thing available for web page operation in Selenium WebDriver: get title, get page source, and get current URL. Then if you want to, right, kind of navigate back, close browser, all this stuff, there are the lot of API commands available for browser. So get part you already know what is get. Navigate to the intended web page, you need to use driver.get. If you use to close anything, right, you can use driver.close or driver.quit. Right, if you want to navigate from one browser to another browser, you can use navigate to. Again, navigate back, you can use navigate forward, you can use navigate refresh, you can for refreshing the page in case your page is not fully loaded, right, you can use it. And you can use maximizing the page, that is already there, right, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. So I am not writing anything by my own, I am following the Selenium syntax only. So I will navigate to other web page. Let's comment out. So how can you do it? In case single line you want to comment out, gives double slash. In case you want to give multiple lines as a comment out, select those line and click here and click add block comment. That is another way. Or you can start with slash star and end with star slash. Or you can just simply wait, I already showed you, select the thing and add block comment. Or single line double slash. So then I already page open Facebook. I want to go to the different divert dot navigate dot to. So I want to go to the other web page, right? So say from the Facebook page I want to go to say Google page. So copy it, end with semicolon. Then driver dot navigate dot back. Driver dot navigate dot forward. Driver dot navigate dot refresh for refreshing the page, and driver dot close for closing the page or quit. Okay, now try to run it. So it will be fast, very fast. It's automated, na? You could see face like all this stuff. So in case from the starting point, in case you want to visualize that whether your thing is happening, you can give some thread time. Thread is coming from the Java thread dot sleep. You can give suppose say 2-second thread time, so 2000 millisecond. So thread is the class coming from Java, sleep is the method. So as and when you are using sleep thread dot sleep, so it will wait for that time. So that is the way it will delay the process. So that is the reason in the real-time framework it is not recommended to use thread. So for learning purposes, as of now you can give thread, but in real time, because it will wait for 2 seconds, means 10 step is that it will wait simply 20 second, 30-second time, that will be far, I mean, you will be wasting, right, without anything. So you can surround with try catch block, or you can give some throws declaration here. So every step I can give some 2-second thread, so that you can able to visualize. So it will wait for 2 seconds. After that, it will perform the action. Right now, let's try to run it. So same thing, but it will wait for every step. It will wait for 2 seconds, so that you can visualize the thing. Open the Facebook page, navigating to the Google page, navigating back to the Facebook page again 2 seconds after, navigate forward, and then refresh, then close. So that is the way you can deal with that deeper and API command. Okay. Then I will go to the locator. So what is locator? So because if you open any web page, every element will be a locator. You need to identify the element first. Otherwise, how will you interact with the element? Suppose say in your college life, right? You want to fast, right? You want to maybe ask some food or maybe some like amount as a loan from someone, but you need to identify that person first. Then you can perform the operation. So similarly, also in the web page, you need to identify the element first, and then you can perform the operation. So locator can be termed as an address which identifies a web element uniquely within the page. Locator are the HTML properties of the web element. Element locator are common for all browsers. It does not matter which browser you are opening. It will be a common across all the browsers. So these are the drivers range of web element in the web page. It can be edit box, image, checkbox, radio button, drop down, right, hyperlink, link, table, frame, web table. All this stuff can be there. Combo box, drop down box. So you need to first identify. So how you can inspect the element? So say I already open a Facebook page here. I already opened driver.get, right? I already opened that one. But I need to enter something in the email field, right? Then how can I do it? How can I identify the element? What is the properties of the element? So you need to press F12 button, F12 button from your keyboard. Okay, you could see your inspector thing is getting open. There is inspector element. You need to click here and you need to mouse it over to the element, right? Any element. So it will give you all the properties here. Okay, so you could see here it is time with input, that is called tag name. That is the property of the HTML. That is the way, right, developer develop that element. So that is the properties through which you can identify the element uniquely. So that is the tag starting with input tag. In case tag is a, it will be anchor or link. In case tag is img src, it will be image. In case tag is td tr, it will be table. In case tag is iframe, there will be frame. In case tag is like a already, like link or hyperlink, like that. So that is the way you need to deal with the tag. Okay, then take type equal to text, class equal to something, name equal to email, id equal to email, all this way. So if you click on the triple dot button, there is an option called copy element. So you can just simply open a notepad and you can paste it here. So these are the property. Okay, so that is the way property I can identify the element first. So, so that is the way you can get all the details of the HTML part. Then what are the different element locators available to identify the element? Selenium support ID, name, class name, tag name, links text, partial link text, CSS and XPath. These are the different part. 8 element locator. So what is the syntax? Divert dot find element by dot element locator corresponding value. In case it is not having ID, name, class name, tag name, link text, partial link text, you need to go with CSS or XPath. You need to manually create it, or you need to go with the default one. And slow you slowly. Maybe today's session all will not be covered, but I mean in the upcoming session you can get to know. So driver is nothing but the object of the instance whatever created for the WebDriver, and find element is the method will be coming from the WebDriver. By is the predefined class in Selenium. ID is the element locator, ID name, class name, and that is the corresponding value. So here let's see for the element whatever thing is there whether this any element locator is available or not. Here you could see ID is there, name is there, so that is also matching here element locator. So I need to first think whether the email or ID unique or not. So how can I find? Press Ctrl F here and press email. So you could see 4 of 4 element is there, 1 of 4, but your name equal to email is only 1 unique. So that means your name equal to email is unique. So your identify, you could see as and when it's matching, it is highlighting the element in the left pane. Are you able to see it here? As and when you are mousing over, so that is signifying that email failed. Yeah, so that is already got, your properties got it, and your name or ID that is also matching with your element locator technique, right? In case not matching, then I will show you in the upcoming session how to create your own custom XPath or CSS. XPath is nothing but the exponential path and other stuff, right? So name that value equal to email, so you can copy that one, and here we can press Control F and paste it here. Control F. So you could see now there is a one of 4 element. But email name equal to email you need to find whether any duplicacy are there or not. Because you could see name equal to email equal to only one. Other email is there, email word is there, but name equal to email not is there, only unique. So as and when you are going here, you could see it's highlighting the element in the left pane. Means name equal to email, it's able to highlight it. So what I will do now, I will be using divert.find element, right, by dot name and the value, what is that email value. So that is the way I will be identifying element. Let's comment it out this code. So how can I comment it out? Anyone can let me know? Multiple line, select, source, yeah, add block command, exactly. So I will show you later point of time that ID is there but ID is still not working. In the next session you can understand. So that is the reason I need to create some XPath or CSS. So yeah, yeah, that is the reason you need to first identify the element uniquely. So that is the reason, yeah, otherwise it will not work. Duplicate means it will not work because it does not know which element, because it will only take the first preference, right, always. So that is the reason you need to create your element locator uniquely, means only one at the same page. Divert dot find element, you could see that is the method coming from WebDriver. Return time it will give you all element, that's fine. Both the thing I will show you. Okay, by dot name. Okay, and what is the name? Name is my email. And now it is a, yeah, now it is a input field. I can use the method called send keys for entering some value. I will explain you, no worry. So suppose I want to enter Haradhan. Okay, so here also you can change it. Instead of by name also, you could see there is a value available called ID. ID equal to also unique. I know that is the reason I am letting you know. In case it's not unique, then we will go with the other way. So you can also change it to ID equal to name. Sorry, ID equal to email. That is also work. Now let's, yeah, yeah. So you need to give anything, right? That is the element locator, ID and name, and that is the value. No. That is the element locator type, right? ID equal to another type, name equal to another type. These are the 8 element locator. You can use any one in case that is available, and corresponding value you need to give it. Here, this is the corresponding value for the element locator, corresponding element locator. You should not match. Sorry, mix and match. Okay, exact thing you need to give it. Yeah. So now let's try to run it. Let's see whether this thing is getting work or not. Yeah, right, any of the thing. Yeah, that part I will show you later, but in duplicate is there, or maybe thing is there but still it will not work. Like you could see it's entered Haradhan, right? Now say you can change it instead of ID, let's change it to ID, because ID is also email and email is unique, I know. Okay, now let's try, it will still work. Okay, it does not have any problem. So unique identifier and the unique value. Okay, so that is for ID name. Class name, the problem is that, so in case you having some space, that will not work. That is the problem. So that is the problem. In case it is there is no space, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. No, in the real time, in case ID or name is available, then you can go. Otherwise, as a experienced tester time, I 95% cases I have used XPath or CSS. So that is the thing uniquely identify. You can create by your own. Next session you can understand how to create your own XPath or CSS. Okay, because name on an email might sometime duplicate thing might be added, but whenever I am creating my own XPath, that will not be duplicate. That is the reason later point of time you could either go with CSS or go with XPath. That is the better thing. Yeah, yeah. In case yeah, it is there, right? Yeah, you can go with that uniquely. N- No, 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 no. Because your objective is to identify the thing. But yeah, still the other properties you can check. That I will let you know. Suppose sometime you need to validate that whether your whether that the name attribute is present or not, the value is email or not. So sometime you need to validate, right? Because that are the different that is the things. And there's a method available called get attribute. Okay, you can get all the attribute, you can validate also. Okay, so this part is done. Then yes, that part I will cover in the next session. Okay, because that is a lot of things there. No worries right now. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Uh, okay. So then tag name I will cover in the next session. Okay, class name, that you could see there's a class available, right? That is the class. That is the class element locator. But problem is that in case in the whole class there is no space, then only it will work. But here there's a space available, right? You could see, so it will not work. That's the problem. So better in case there is no space available, you can take the class. But in case there is a space available, it will not work. Okay. Sometime in case there is no space available, you can use it. So in case space available, it is unique, then you can take the first part. So wherever space is available, you can ignore the remaining part. It still work, but it should be unique only. Okay. So that is the reason. I mean, I did not use much class. Okay. Then link text and partial link text. In case this is a link or hyperlink, then you can go with the link text or partial link text. So link text means you need to give the exact link name, and partial link text means suppose there is a huge link available, right? You cannot give all the one pages link, right? Sometimes there is a link, maybe 5 component, out of which one component might change every time. So that is the reason if you use link text, it will not work. Got it? So you can use the partial link text for the static component. So that is the reason for the partial link text can be used for the link or hyperlink. So now let's see. I need to click on the forgotten password link. So let's go here. So that is the link, right? You could starting with anchor link. A tag is starting with A. So this is the link text here. You could see that is the link. So if you give the complete link, so you have to use link text. So what I'll go here, I will go driver dot find element, right, by dot link text, and I'll give the simple complete link. So as is a link, so I need to use the method called click. Now let's try to see run. So it will open the page, it will enter the Haradhan in the Facebook field, and it will click on the forgotten password link. You could see it is navigating to the next page, right? So that is the way you can use the link text. In case you want to use partial link text, so what is the method name? You can use the partial, PARTIL, partial link text. instead of full part, right, you can use the only that forgotten part. That match would be unique also, otherwise it will not work. Still it should work. Yeah, you could see still it working. Okay. The partial link test means, yeah, partial part. Maybe suppose say there might be 3 portion of the link, but one portion might be dynamic in nature, might be in case change every time, right? It might happen. So I will not rely on the dynamic part. I'll rely on the static part. So I will use partial link test for the static part. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That part I'll let you know tomorrow whenever I'll be creating that XPath or CSS by my own. Okay, then you can understand. So just I'm opening it here, but now I'll explain much. Suppose this is the web page, right? I have opened ready web page. Okay, okay. You could see now. Right click again, press F12 button here. Just giving a simple example here. So you could see what is the name. Name 1390 AC56, right? That is the name. Okay. So whether that will be static? No. Let's open again the same page in the other browser. Let's again go F12 button. Let's try to inspect again. And let's see what is the name value. So what is common? That is common. That is static. And that is dynamic. Right? Similar way you will be getting that one. So that is the reason. So that is the way, right? Your experience will come. As then will be working more and more, you can slowly, right, travel to understand. Okay. So as and when your script will not run, then you will be able to find out whether what the problem happened. Then you need to debug, then you need to analyze. Then you will be learning it slowly. Okay. So that is the reason I told. Then we need to create my own XPath. Sometime, so here in case I am using name and that field I am giving, it will not work because that next time it got changed to this, and next time it may again get changed to like that, right? So that is the way. Every time it will change. That is the way it will not work. That is the reason I do not prefer even ID name also. So I will be creating my own XPath. I will show you next time tomorrow, next session, that how you can create your own XPath which will never invalid, which will be always correct. Whatever change may happen, but will be always correct. At least 99.99% correct. Maybe 0.001% it might change. Then you need to just change the properties and the corresponding element locator value. No, 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 no. These are the HTML properties are not specific to browser. It will be common across all the browser. Okay. Then one thing is that, right, you will be having some default CSS or XPath. Okay, that is the way you can get default XPath and default CSS. But we should not use the default CSS or XPath. Okay. So in case you want to use XPath, so it will be a similar way. Divert.find element by.css selector value by XPath.value. These three part I will be showing in the next class. Right? Tag name, CSS or XPath. Yeah, that is the reason that name will not, no, 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 not different for different browser, because that is the way they have developed. Because that for the name property they are having two component, one is the static component, one is the dynamic component. So that is the reason name will not work. So we need to create our own XPath or CSS. So to in next session you can understand why it is failing and how to resolve this problem. No, no, any browser also that part will change because that is called session ID. So every session, in case you are opening, right, every session it might change. Session ID will change definitely because session ID will be unique for some of the field. Ha, ha. Yeah, yeah, Chrome browser, any browser, because that is part called session ID. So session ID should be always unique. In case 100 user is hitting, 100 user it will be unique. So that is the reason they have developed. So these are the area we cannot go with that name field. So we have to use our XPath or CSS. No, no, not specific to browser. It's specific to the user hitting on the website, right? So that is the way they have developed. So we are not developed, but we have to deal also with that development also. Okay. So that is the way something will be developed. But here, if you open the Facebook page, if you open from any browser, always it will be email only. So that is the way, based on your experience, you can get to know how, what are the different, what are the problem, what are the solution you need to do. You can open it any other page also, right? So, but it will be still same. So in case it is static, complete part is static, there is not a problem. But in case some part is static and some dynamic, then the problem will come. So you could see here, if you open from any browser, any other session ID, it will still same, right? ID equal to email, ID equal to email, because there is no numeric part at all. Okay. So default XPath and CSS, how can you get it? Select triple dot, go here, copy, go CSS. So default, but default I do not prefer to use because some problem might change. I will explain in the next one, otherwise it will be too much. Okay, and this is the default CSS. This is CSS default, and this is default XPath. It might work, but sometime it might not work. So now say I'm using default, right? Default one. So this is my XPath, right? Default XPath. It might work, okay, but sometime it might not work. That is the reason we need to create our own XPath. So let's replace it by dot XPath, and here you can give the value of the XPath, whatever default XPath it's giving. Now let's try to run. It might work. It might not work as well. So I did not create any XPath by my own, but I am taking the default one. Yeah, it's still working. But lot of pages it will not, might not work. Similarly, if you go with the CSS also, default CSS, let's copy the default CSS, it also will be working based on the syntax it is giving. But I will let you know, explain you what the problem might happen. You could see still will be working also with the default CSS. Yeah, it's working. But some problem might be changing. That is the reason we should create our own XPath and CSS. Okay, and the next session it will be covered at least 50% time it will take only explaining your CSS and XPath. So this is the way, and class path I also told. In case there is a space, it will not work. Sometime that part might work in case it's unique. Okay, but in case space is available, that will not work. So you can use the class also, element locator class. So these are the primary 8 element locator techniques which supported by Selenium. Diver dot find element by dot element locator ID, and then within the double quote and the bracket you need to give the corresponding value. Those part already covered. Now I'll cover, right, how, what are the operation you can deal, right, with the help of for the web edit field or the input field, and for the link also. This is the two things will be covered today. So let's comment out everything. So just giving example, say this is the field, right, which is email field. I need to use it multiple times. So what I need to do, I need to copy the same thing again and again and again, right? In case I want to validate whether it's displayed or not, whether it's a clickable or not, whether I able to enter the value. So I need to use it again and again and again. Sometime tomorrow, say CSS is not working, so I need to change with XPath or ID, but I need to replace every line. So that is the reason the real time, right? You need to store in some variable. So what I'll do, I'll be going driver dot find element. You could see this is giving you option called web element. Return type is web element. So I can store in sub web element. So find element by dot id, and I can give some value called email because that is the id, right? And I can store it into the web element because return type was web element. So say web element web element, and this is the field name is called email field. So email text, that is the way variable name I can give it. So some error message is coming because web element is not able to understand what web element all about. So I need to import web element class because this is the class from Selenium WebDriver is coming. So I'll be importing. Now I already got my reference, so I can use it any number of time. Web element is the class from Selenium WebDriver. Only WebDriver is the interface. Chrome driver, Gecko driver, like Safari driver, everything is class. Web element also class. No, 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 it's a class. It is coming from that package. This is the package name. org.openq.selenium.webElement package name. Okay. So what you can do, you can open that Selenium WebDriver standalone thing, and you can go to the package. Then you can easily understand from where it is coming. org.openqa.selenium, right? That is the package name. org.openqa.selenium package. Then you can understand org.openqa.selenium. Yeah, right. That is the package it is coming, right? If you expand it, you could see now WebDriver, right? I think here it should be there. WebDriver. Yeah, yeah. You could see class, right? Yeah. This is interface. Yeah. Web element. Yeah. So that is the sorry. This is the WebDriver class. Okay. And this is the web element. Web element is a class, and this is the interface. Okay. And web element is the class. Similarly, yeah, right, 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 right. Yeah, yeah. This is the class. Yeah. No, no, but yeah, web element is a class, not a interface. One second. Interface, right? You can type it here, web element. No, no, I'm saying. No, no, I'm saying in Selenium. No, no, no. Let's see. No. Yeah, yeah, interface might be. One second. Mm, might be. I mean, I need to check, but yeah, as of now, I was web element is a class only, but it's written some of the places. That is the reason I did not open it, but it's showing the interface option. Okay. Okay, then interface I think it based on the thing, but this is the way you can check whether what is the class and what is the interface. So one second, let me check with the other also. Yeah, WebDriver is the interface. Chrome driver, let's check with the Chrome driver. Yeah, Chrome driver is coming from the different package, I think. So yeah, yeah, sure, sure. No, no, I'm checking it. This is the coming from the WebDriver, right? You could see. This is the Chrome driver. Okay, because the extension will be always dot class for all the thing. Yeah, if you open it here, yeah, yeah, it's class. Okay, Chrome driver is a class. Yes. Mm. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Web element also interface. Yeah, web driver also interface. Yeah. And here only you could see these are the different like method and other things coming. Again, these are the again interface, right? That is the reason. Is if you type right, it is coming navigation, then option, right? Window dot timeout. and this is the latest methods available. And for those method, you could see this is the method name and this is return type for every method. Yeah, right. In case it is return type is thing, then you can also store it. Otherwise, you cannot store. It will be void or other options. Option means again it is having some other options, right? It is not the end. Sorry? No. Where you can get to know more details in the Java session. So interface in abstract interface will constantly abstract method. Okay, 100% abstract in nature means right now you cannot understand. Slowly you can only if you go to the Java, but you cannot instantiate a interface means you cannot create a object or instance directly for the interface, but for the class you can do. So that is the basic thing. Yeah, and interface will be 100% abstract in nature, so it will be having all the method which is undefined without any body. So you need to implement in some class, then only you can implement it. So this is the concept you can understand slowly. Yeah, right now it will be more tough. That is the reason. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it is coming from the Selenium. That is the reason we are importing. In case it is coming from Java, you don't need to import. Okay. Because that is a Java class already. So now you could see I have created a variable. Now what are the things we can do for the web element? So I can check whether displayed or not. So in the general also, right, what I need to do in case I am having any element, first I will check whether the element is visible, displayed or not. Then whether element is enabled or not, right? Is it enabled or disabled? Then can I add some value, right? After that, can I add clear some value for the element because it is an input field, and then I can get the attribute or not, right? So that is the way. So what I will do first, I will check that similar way the real time also, but that time validation will be there. So variable simply then use is displayed first. Okay, so it will give you boolean true or false. Return type is boolean true or false. It will only give you. So next time I can validate say dot is enabled. Is in case it is enabled only, then I can add the value. So you need to go slow step by step. Then what I will do, I will enter the value. So send keys method will come. You could see it is mentioned here, send keys, to enter the value in the editable text box. So dot send keys. So say I am entering say Haradhan, right? Simply. So you could see how easily. As I created the variable, so within the variable only I am not repeating the same line of code again and again. So in case tomorrow instead of ID I need to change email, I will only change only one place. That is the beauty here. So now after entering the field, I will be cleared the value, right? Then what I will do, I will add new value. Say harder than 1 to 3. That's fine. Okay, now let's try to run the code. So it will be fast. Automation will be very fast. You would not able to visualize. That is the reason you could see Haradhan entered, cleared it, and Haradhan 1 to 3. So what you can do, you can give some thread time to understand. So for basic part, yeah. Yeah. That part I will show you in the upcoming data-driven keyword hybrid framework. How to get the data from the Excel sheet, right? So from now, in case it's very tough, guys. So I told right, I will be first covering the A, B, C, D. Then slowly you will be learning the testing other concept means you'll be learning how to create a sentence like how are you able to automate like that. After the last 3 or 4 sessions, you'll be learning how to create a pages or a book. Okay, that is the way. Okay, no worry, the question might be there, but yeah. So that is the way I'll be letting you know how to create the data, how to read and write the data from the Excel sheet as well. How to read as well, how to update the data as well, Excel in the Excel sheet. No, that's fine. No question will come. Other people will feel insecure, na. That is not covered like that. Okay, no worry. Okay, that is good because you already maybe know a lot of things. That is the reason. But yeah, like refer the syllabus once so that once you go through the syllabus thoroughly, so all the each and every topic from the syllabus will be covered in 12 session. no worry. But yeah, that is the basic objective of the framework, right? In case I am not reading the data from the Excel sheet, I am not creating the reusable component. This is also reusable component, right? Reusable thing, because the same thing I am reusing it again and again and again. That is the reason in any kind of automation we should focus on creating the reusable component, so that tomorrow I need to change it to, instead of ID to name, I will only update here only one place. Got it? It will still work my all the remaining code. That is the beauty of the reusable component. Here we are creating a reusable variable for the web element. Now you could see opening, then it will enter Haradhan. After 2 seconds it will clear the value. After 2 seconds again it will enter. Okay. So that is the way we can write these three things we can implement. Now next thing for the WebEdit box is get attribute. So as you are telling, right, what are the different attribute, like the ID, name, what are the thing is there? Can I get the details? Okay, so I can also get the detail. Let's comment out this part. So how can I get the details? SYSO, say email text. You need to call the method called get attribute dot get attribute. You could see that will give you string, right? So here what you can do, you need to these are the different attribute available. So you can give type. So that value will be giving text. That value you can give it. After that you can store it some variable. You can also validate expected actual result. Later point of time I will show you how to validate the expected actual result. So I can get the type, I can get the class. In case it is not matching, it will give you blank. Okay, suppose in case you are giving ID one, that is not available, so it will give you blank. So ID I can get it. This is the attribute and this is called value. Suppose area label also I can get it. The what value will print? It will print email or phone number like that. So that is the way. For tag part you cannot get, but remaining after the tag you can just get the details, and then you can store in some expected variable, and you can also validate with the actual part. You could see it is working, and now it is in the console. It will print you. So what is type value? You could see type equal to text. What is class? Input text hyphen 5 URL hyphen like 6 LU, that part till. That is the corresponding attribute value for the class. What is ID? ID equal to email. What is area hyphen label? Email address or the phone number. That is the thing that is coming also here. So that is the way. In case it is a like text field, right? You can use the get attribute method as well to deal with the text field. So what you can do? You can check whether the text field is displayed, enabled, or you can enter the value. You can clear the value. You can get all the attribute value for the input field. That is a different operation. Hmm. Yeah, suppose say yeah, suppose say tomorrow your yeah, your requirement is that validate whether it's a text field, right? Test cases might be there, right? GUI validation. So how can you validate? So what you can do, you will be using the get attribute, and you will be using type. You'll be getting the type. So your expectation is text. So as and when you will be actually printing it, so it will be type text also. So that will be matching, right? That is text field. Yeah, yeah, that is fine, right? Inspect. No, no, but primarily we'll be doing for the GUI part. So whenever you will be creating a test case, right? That each and every field, right? You need to validate whether that is enabled, that is visible, right? That whether it's a text field or radio button on the checkbox, right? That is the thing you need to do. Suppose say just I am opening a page here simply. Yeah, right. UI level testing, right? Because Selenium also will be there. Suppose in case of drop down, right? So you can see here, if you go here, drop down field, you could see the IDs or all this step will come. Okay, that is a different thing you can also check. I mean, in case it is a radio button, right? You could see radio button field. So it will be kind of, yeah, type equal to radio. You need to validate whether the type is coming as radio. Checkbox type equal to checkbox. So that way you can validate the GUI part of the field. Yeah, I will cover the one part, then we can have 5-10 minute question answer. Sorry? Yeah, get attribute means no. Inspecting is different thing. Forget about it. But sometimes you need to validate whether your type equal to input field or not, right? A text field or not. Then how can you validate it? Because type is not element locator. So you need to get it with the help of the element get attribute method only type equal to text, and then that text you can validate it, right? The text is coming. Locator, yeah. So all the attribute, but type is a attribute. Even locator can be also attribute for that field. Okay. So what is the thing? Your type can be a locator, but locator is not always a type. Sorry, I mean that is sorry. Yeah. Your sorry, not type. Your attribute might be a locator. Okay. But it is not like that, right? All the attribute will be locator. Okay, few attribute can be located, but in case you want to get the other attribute, then how can you get it? How can you validate it with the help of automation? Because we are all automating everything. We are not doing any manual intervention. So that is the way with the help of the get attribute method, you can get the other attribute corresponding value, then you can validate it. Suppose here your objective is to validate whether that particular field is text or radio button or checkbox. Then you can also get it the type, and then you can easily validate. It is a text or radio or checks box like that. Okay. Similar way, last topics is like how to perform a click, right, for the any link or hyperlink. So similar way, suppose it's a link or hyperlink, right? So similar way, you can create a thing using the text link text or partial link text. So what I can do, I can comment out all this part. I'll be creating a web element. Say I can keep suppose what is the name, forgotten password. Link, that is my variable name. I can give find element by dot link text, and I can simply keep that text of the link. Link or partial link, right, like that, anything. So partial means you need to give the partial, not the full part. Then what I can do, I can having the difference here. First I can check whether is displayed. Then I will check is enabled. And is selector will be used for checkbox or radio button. Okay, they're whether already checked or not, whether already selected or not, right? So that part will be covered in the next session. Then I can simply click here. Any link or hyperlink, that is the operation you can perform. So I will try to cover the basic different element locator. What are the different operations you can do one by one. Okay, you could see link is getting click, and it will give you the value called true and true, because is displayed is enabled. Okay, I will recapture the thing, then I will take any questions. Okay, so go through the syllabus guys once, right? You can get to know what are the topics will be covered, right? And you can definitely any questions I will be taking, not be a problem. In case you already know, you does not know, not be a problem. Okay, because other also sometimes get like feel that maybe that is the covered, but not be a problem. Also you can get to know, right, what are the people's like different thing they are trying to learn it. So that is the reason always I used to give the real time training, so that I will also get to know their problem, challenges, solution as well. Because you are saying that you are using Eclipse 2023, but something is already there because I was not aware. Okay, it is not like that I'll always know everything. All the thing will be come to me. No, like that. I am a human being, right? Sometimes I need to search, sometimes get the information from the friend, but sometimes it's not aware. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, changing, right. So I have to upgrade myself. That is the way I will get the information. In case some challenges is coming, you are letting me challenges, I will try to do some inspecting, and then I can get the solution based on my experience on the thing. So software testing, like you will starting with the unit testing, then it will go to the functional integration, end-to-end regression, then non-functional and acceptance testing. Error, because of the error, right? The fault will come, and in case you are not solving the fault, your failure, application failure, the crash will happen, right? There are different reasons where all human being miscommunication, poor requirement, like technology problem, environment challenges. That is the reason like error might come. Software testing means your requirement is your baseline, and independent third party should do the testing. Sometime risk based testing need to do. It follows 80-20 principle. Most of the defect will come from the like 20% of the application. Start testing as early as possible. Okay. So automation, in case you are not doing automation testing, so it might time consuming, coverage might be improper, like or incomplete, higher chances of risk. You are not able to maintain the project timeline. Regression testing might be time consuming. That is the reason it should go automation testing, where you can go with any tool, any programming language, any framework. Okay, primarily you should focus on the automation testing for the smoke sanity, then build or end-to-end lifecycle validation, test data creation, regression. Then you can go with the functional end-to-end integration like that. You should your application should be stable enough. Path requirement should not change, right? You should go with some sort of savings, right? Then you need to find out whether which tool will be relevant for your project, whether any open tool you can use, whether new tool in case use any training is required or not, right? Whether it is matching with the current organized structure or not. Then you need to do the planning, design, development, enhancement, right, and debugging, and then you need to analyze and report it, right, to the respective stakeholder. A lot of tools available in the market, some free, some licensed tool, right? Selenium component with IDE, RCs, WebDriver, Grid, lot of advantage, disadvantage available. Selenium support and a lot of browser, operating system, programming language. So you need to first install Java JDK, any version beyond 1.8 onward. You need to set up the path for the Java home and the path variable. You need to install Eclipse. You need to create the workspace. You need to create a project, then package, then your class. You need to download the Selenium jar file. You need to download. You can download the Chrome driver, Gecko driver, or Safari browser as well, right? You need to, after the project is created, you need to add your Selenium jar file to your project. Then you can launch your browser. Then you can do the different operation like get title, get current URL, right? You can navigate from one page to another page. You can navigate back, forward, refresh, close your browser. Element locator is nothing but any kind of web page, right? You need to identify first before doing the operation. So you need to press F12 button to identify that thing. And there are a lot of things you can get it, like ID name, class name, expert CSS tag name, like that. Okay, so in case you are not having anything, maybe or something is having, but it is having mix or match of dynamic and static components, so we should better to create our own expert and CSS. And tag part, I also show you how with the help of the tag name I can get all lot of elements, okay, instead of one element. Suppose your objective is to find out all the link in the web page, so how can you write a script? So you'll be getting all the link with the help of the tag name, a anchor link, so you can get it and you can print it in the console. So it will be driver dot find element by dot element locator and the corresponding value, and then you can do I will go here 1 second. So and then you can do the operation for the WebEdit box. You can check whether displayed, enabled. You can enter the value. You can clear the value. You can get the attribute. Similarly for the link also, you can check whether it's enabled, displayed, and also you can click a link or hyperlink. So that's way, right? Just refer the thing. I'll be sharing the videos. I'll be share the document and the code, sample code also. I'll upload the video and you can go with. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.